Residential load centers, also known as electrical panels or breaker boxes, must be located in readily accessible locations. This means the panel should be easily reached and not obstructed by furniture, stored items, or other obstacles. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for the placement of these panels to ensure safety and ease of maintenance. A load center can be located within or on the outside wall of the building or structure it serves. This provides flexibility in installation while maintaining accessibility for inspection and repair. There are specific height requirements for the installation of residential load centers. The top of the highest breaker should not be more than 6.5 feet, which is 2.0 meters above the floor or working platform. This height restriction ensures that all circuit breakers are within easy reach for operation and maintenance. In some jurisdictions, the local code may specify that the lowest breaker cannot be installed less than 6.5 feet, which is 2.0 meters from the floor as well. The purpose of this low height restriction would be to protect from flooding. Working space clearances are also crucial for the safe operation and maintenance of electrical panels. The NEC specifies minimum working space depths in front of electrical equipment depending on the voltage and conditions. For example, for equipment operating at 120 volts to ground, 150 volts to ground, or less, a minimum working space depth of 3 feet is typically required. For equipment operating at over 150 volts to ground, but not over 600 volts to ground, a minimum working space depth of 3.5 feet is required where there are exposed live parts on both sides of the workspace, not guarded or insulated. Where there are exposed live parts on one side of the workspace and grounded parts on the other side of the workspace, or where there are exposed live parts on both sides of the workspace that are effectively guarded or insulated, the minimum required workspace is 3 feet. The working space width should be at least 30 inches or the width of the equipment, whichever is greater. This width allows enough room for an electrician to safely work on the panel. The working space height should extend from the floor or platform to a height of at least 6.5 feet or the height of the equipment, whichever is greater. Adequate lighting is also necessary for safe electrical work. The NEC requires sufficient illumination to permit safe operation and maintenance of electrical equipment. The lighting should be positioned to provide adequate visibility within the working space. Headroom is another important consideration. Sufficient headroom is required in the working space around electrical equipment. The NEC generally requires a minimum headroom clearance of 6.5 feet. This ensures that electricians can stand upright and move freely while working on the panel. Load centers should not be located in hazardous locations. Hazardous locations are areas where flammable gases, vapors, or dust may be present, creating a risk of explosion or fire. Electrical equipment installed in hazardous locations must be specifically designed and approved for those environments. Load centers should also be protected from physical damage. They should not be installed in areas where they are likely to be struck by vehicles or other equipment. If physical damage is a concern, the panel should be protected by barriers or enclosures. Environmental factors also play a role in the placement of load centers. Panels should be protected from excessive moisture, dust, and temperature extremes. Outdoor installations require weatherproof enclosures to prevent water and contaminants from entering the panel. In areas with high humidity, condensation can cause corrosion and electrical problems. The NEC provides specific requirements for the protection of electrical equipment in damp and wet locations. These requirements include the use of enclosures rated for the environment and proper sealing of conduit and fittings. Accessibility for emergency personnel is another important consideration. Firefighters and other emergency responders may need to quickly access the load center to disconnect power in the event of a fire or other emergency. The panel should be clearly marked and easily accessible to emergency personnel. The location of the main disconnect switch should also be clearly identified. Overcurrent protection is a critical safety feature of load centers. Circuit breakers and fuses are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. These devices automatically interrupt the flow of electricity when a fault occurs, preventing damage to equipment and reducing the risk of fire. Grounding is another essential safety measure. The grounding system provides a low resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source, causing the overcurrent protection device to trip and energize the circuit. Proper grounding helps to prevent electrical shock and reduce the risk of fire. The NEC specifies detailed requirements for grounding electrical systems, including the size and type of grounding conductors, the methods of connecting to ground, and the bonding of metal enclosures and equipment. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, are another important safety device. RFCIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. When an arc fault is detected, the RFCI trips and de-energizes the circuit, preventing a fire from starting. The NEC requires RFCIs in many residential circuits, including those that serve bedrooms, living rooms, and dining rooms. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are designed to protect people from electrical shock. GFCIs detect ground faults, which occur when electricity leaks from a circuit to ground. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI trips and de-energizes the circuit, preventing electrical shock. The NEC requires GFCIs in many locations where there is a risk of water exposure, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Surge protection is another important consideration. Surge protective devices, or SPDs, are designed to protect electrical equipment from voltage surges, which can damage sensitive electronic components. SPG divert excess voltage to ground, preventing it from reaching the equipment. NEC recommends surge protection for all residential electrical systems. Proper labeling of circuit breakers is essential for safe operation and maintenance. Each circuit breaker should be clearly labeled to indicate the circuits it controls. This helps to prevent confusion and ensures that the correct circuit is energized when performing electrical work. The label should be durable and easy to read. Regular inspections of load centers are important for identifying potential problems. During an inspection, look for signs of corrosion, loose connections, damaged wiring, and other hazards. Any problems should be corrected immediately to prevent electrical failures and ensure safety. Maintenance of load centers includes tightening connections, cleaning the enclosure, and testing circuit breakers. Loose connections can cause overheating and electrical fires. Circuit breakers should be tested periodically to ensure that they are functioning properly. The NEC provides detailed requirements for the installation, operation, and maintenance of electrical systems. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property. Local building codes may also have additional requirements for electrical installations. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC in some areas. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with the applicable codes. Changes to electrical systems should only be performed by qualified electricians. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to have the necessary training and experience to perform the work safely. Unauthorized electrical work can create safety hazards and may violate local building codes. When choosing a location for a residential load center, consider the aesthetic impact of the installation. The panel should be located in an area where it will not be an eyesore. It may be possible to conceal the panel behind a cabinet or other decorative element. However, the panel must remain readily accessible for maintenance and repair. Also ensure there is adequate ventilation around the load center. Overheating can damage electrical components and reduce the lifespan of the panel. The panel should be installed in an area with good air circulation to prevent overheating. The location of the load center should be coordinated with other building systems such as plumbing and HVAC. The panel should not be installed in an area where it could be damaged by water leaks or other hazards. The location of the load center should be convenient for future expansion. If you anticipate adding more circuits in the future, choose a location that will accommodate a larger panel. Consider the noise level of the load center. Some panels can generate noise due to the operation of circuit breakers and other components. If noise is a concern, choose a location where the noise will not be disruptive. Obtain all necessary permits before starting any electrical work. Electrical permits are required for most electrical installations and modifications. The permit process ensures that the work is performed in accordance with the applicable codes and standards. The location should be in a place that is not prone to becoming a storage space in the future. Load centers require free and clear access at all times, which means that they should not be blocked. It is also important to consider the ease of running conduit and wiring to the location you select for your load center. Shorter runs are more ideal, with fewer bends, since this can make pulling conductors easier. It is also best to choose a location that has enough space to work. Cramped quarters can make working on a load center difficult and dangerous. The goal is to find a location that meets all code requirements and provides a safe and accessible work environment for electricians. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your residential load center is installed safely and correctly.